Sometimes seeing the pictures side by side can help you decide which ones to go with. And if you have to show other people, like your boss or the client, all of the images so they can tell you which ones they prefer most, that will save you a ton of time in not having to color correct and retouch each one. Hello, creative! It's your graphics girl of graphicsgirl.com. That's graphics with PH and S, girl with no I and 3 R's. And I'm here with a quick tip to help you design your brand. You don't have to be a professional photographer to want to use contact sheets. Contact sheets allow you to see an entire photo shoot or many images taken at the same time, all on one sheet for comparison. But why would you bother? Sometimes seeing the pictures side by side can help you decide which ones to go with. And if you have to show other people, like your boss or the client, all of the images so they can tell you which ones they prefer most, that will save you a ton of time in not having to color correct and retouch each one. By the way, I got all of these images from my favorite stock image resource, iStock. I have a subscription where I can get 25 downloads a day, but you could buy just single images if that's what you need. Before I had a subscription, what I did was I would download the low-res version with the watermark and use it in my layout, and then get the client or my company to purchase it. Or you could go there just for ideas, for a mood board, for example, to capture the vibe that you're trying to go for, or to get inspiration without ever buying anything. So check it out. I'll leave a link in the description below. So as you can see, I've created many contact sheets where the size of each thumbnail varies depending on how many you want to try to get on a sheet. So now that you can get a sense of what a contact sheet is and why you would want to use one, I'll show you how to make one. First, it's a good idea to store all of the photos that you'd like to put on the contact sheet in one folder. And you basically can create the contact sheet in one step. You come to File, Automate, Contact Sheet 2. FYI, I don't know if they've ever even had a Contact Sheet 1. As far as I can remember, it's always been called Contact Sheet 2. So here's what you do. Under Source Images, you're going to select Folder. Then you're going to navigate to that place where you stored the images. You're going to select that folder. Next, you're going to confirm the dimensions of your final document that will house the contact sheet, i.e. if it's going to be an 8x10 sheet, letter size, tabloid, and you can confirm the resolution here. Obviously, your file will be larger if you're importing high-resolution versions of your thumbnails. Lastly, and this is the fun part, you tell it how many thumbnails you're going to place on your contact sheet. You could have it go across or down first. You tell it how many to place in terms of columns and how many maximum rows you're going to have. Here, if I chose, let's say, 3 columns and 4 rows, and I choose not to rotate for best fit because I want them all to be on the same orientation. I don't like it when I have to move a contact sheet sideways to see the image. I would highly recommend keeping auto spacing. That's it. You ready? All you have to do is hit OK. Photoshop does the rest. So in my contact sheet here, this photo was more portrait than this photo, which was landscape, yet it kept it in the same structure as all the others. So now I could show this to my boss or a client, and we can together pick out the best image for the layout. If I had to choose one of these, I would go with this one. And so I could circle this and maybe hand it off to another designer to color correct. And then I would have this as a record that this was the one that the client wanted. Sometimes I'll even have them initial it. So having a contact sheet will allow you to save time so you don't have to go through and color correct each one of these photos. And if you want to play around with the settings, when you come to Contact Sheet 2, under Automate, you could modify how many images you want to put in the columns and rows here. Lastly, you can even modify the font being used in the label for each thumbnail. So you could make this say 4 and this one could be 6, and you can click OK and watch Photoshop do its magic. So when you choose auto spacing, generally speaking, it's going to keep a uniform space between each image. These over here had more space because these were portrait. So if you opt to rotate for best fit, when you click OK, here I'll do different settings here, 3 by 6, why not, and click OK. Then when it's configuring the thumbnail layout for the contact sheet, it will change and orient some photos to be cockeyed or sideways, but it's keeping the space between each uniform. So I highly recommend not doing that, but that's just what I got used to seeing, as I think it's inconvenient and it asks the person to either change the orientation of the sheet or tilt their head. As you play around with the settings, you might decide that you could do a fairly large thumbnail so that you can see the detail in each shot. So if you do a fairly large thumbnail, you might only get 1 or 2 on a page. Here, let me try it again. This time I'll say 3. See, I kind of like this because I can really get in there and see the detail of each photo. So contact sheets can be used to look at electronically as well as in hard copy form. Let me know in the comments below which size thumbnail you prefer for the contact sheets and why. So if you found this video helpful, give it a like, share it with your friends, and please subscribe to my channel.
Nice.
And don't forget, for free marketing, branding, and design resources, head over to graphicsgrrrl.com. That's graphics with PH and S, girl with no I and 3 R's. And I'm here to help you design your brand.